My name is Rachel. I'm 32 years old, and I live in a quiet little town with my husband, Tom, and our 3 children. Sophie is 9, Jack is 6, and my little Owen just turned 2. We built our house close to Tom's father, surrounded by green fields and clean country air. Tom works hard every single day while I stay home and raise our kids. Our life is simple, but it's full of love and laughter. The neighbors always say we're a kind, close family, and honestly, that makes me proud. Tom has an older brother named Ryan. He's 3 years older than Tom. When they were boys, their parents worked long hours, so Ryan basically raised Tom himself, walked him to school, helped with homework, took care of him like a second father. That's why Tom loves and respects his brother so deeply, almost like he owes him everything. Ryan is married to a woman named Claire. She's soft-spoken, gentle, and kind. Claire and I became close friends over the years. We talk about flowers, our gardens, and sometimes drive into town together to buy seeds. Our gardens look beautiful every spring. We trade tips on growing roses and keeping the vegetables alive. But underneath all that sweetness, Claire carries a quiet sorrow. She can't have children because of a health condition she's had for years. I try to comfort her whenever I can. I tell her, don't be sad, Claire, you're still young. Medicine has come so far now. Maybe one day you'll have a baby too. She smiles when I say it, but the years keep passing and she's still without a child of her own. I know it eats at her. One day, we threw a big family party to christen little Owen. It was a joyful day, and everyone came to our house. I cooked a huge dinner, and we all ate, laughed, and swapped stories. The kids ran around happy and loud, and Ryan brought small gifts for each of them. He adores children, and he always plays with mine whenever he visits. Later that night, after the guests had gone home and the kids were asleep, something happened that I never saw coming. Tom and Ryan walked into the room. Tom gently lifted Owen into his arms and said, "Ryan wants to talk to you." I smiled and made a joke. What is it, a fishing trip? But Ryan's face was dead serious. And then he said something I never expected to hear. "Rachel, would you have a baby for me?" I froze. I didn't know what to say. Tom heard it too, but he stayed quiet. I looked at Ryan, waiting for him to explain himself. He kept going. "I love Claire, but she can't carry a child. I come to your house, I hear your kids laughing, I see their little faces smiling, and it makes me happy, but our house is silent. It feels empty." I asked him, "Why don't you two adopt?" He shook his head. "A friend of mine adopted, and the baby was sick all the time. It's hard." "Your kids are healthy, and so are you. I know the baby would be safe with us." I was still in shock. "Are you asking me to carry your baby for 9 months and then just hand it over?" He nodded. "We'll move away afterward. You won't have to see us. I'll give Tom my share of the family money. Please help us." I felt sick. I needed air. I stepped out of the room and went to find Claire. I asked her, "Did you hear what he said?" She nodded slowly, her eyes full of sadness. Claire said, "Yes, he wants a baby more than anything, and if I can't give him one, I'm scared he'll leave me. But if you help us, he'll stay. I know how kind you are, how much you love your own children. I don't want my marriage to fall apart." We talked for a long time. My mind was spinning with questions. What if I say yes? What if I say no? Tom, as always, stood by his brother, but this was my body, my life. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't sleep that night. I looked over at my own children, their sweet little faces, their tiny hands. Could I really carry a baby for 9 months and then never see it again? But then I thought of Claire's sadness, her pain. I wanted to help her, but I was scared. My heart felt heavy. The next morning I talked to Tom. He took my hand and said, "You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. I know it's a lot to ask." In the days that followed, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I'd walk alone through the garden, watch the birds, watch my kids play, pray quietly to myself. I wanted a clear answer, something certain, but my heart just felt tangled and confused. I didn't want to break apart a family, but I didn't want to break myself either. My own children were everything to me. Could I really give away another child? Then I thought about love, the love between Ryan and Claire, the love I had for Tom, and the love a mother feels for her own children. And I understood something. I could never carry a baby in my body and then just forget about it. I would think about that child every single day. I'd wonder what they looked like, what they loved to eat, whether they smiled easily. My heart would ache every time I saw a child who reminded me of my own. I knew deep down that I couldn't do it. So I sat down with Tom and told him, "I can't do this, I'm so sorry. I want to help them, I really do, but I can't carry a baby and then give it away. It would break me." Tom nodded and said, I understand. We'll find another way to help them. Later, we told Ryan and Claire together. They were heartbroken. But Claire hugged me and said, thank you for even considering it. I know that wasn't easy. Ryan looked disappointed, but he didn't say a word. Months passed. Slowly, things went back to normal. Claire and I still talk about flowers. Ryan visits less often now, but we understand why. I still think about that night sometimes, the question they asked me, and how close it came to changing everything. Sometimes love means saying no, not because you don't care, but because you care too much. And sometimes it takes more strength to say no than it ever would to say yes. Now I hold my children a little tighter. I watch Owen laugh and run through the garden, and I feel grateful for everything I have. Life hands us hard decisions, some we could never prepare for, but I believe that if we choose with love and honesty, we eventually find peace. What would you have done in my place? Would you have made the same choice or something different? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. If this story touched your heart, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring more real stories to life.